folks. Welcome to the show. We're the Global String Band, and we're opening for the Mandolin Orchestra. So we're really glad that y'all are here.
Am I coming up?
Yes.
So,
Sure.
good evening. My name is Hiroshi, Arakawa, Japanese graduate student. And me and Lee decided to play like all Japanese songs, which is 1912, 20s, like 100 years ago songs. And then since I cannot explain, so he could explain it.
So Hiroshi was explaining to me about this time in Japan when Western culture was very much of interest to people there. So Western music was very big during that period of time, especially classical music, and also mandolin music. So there were a lot of mandolin orchestras in Japan, so this is related. But during this time there was an interest in nostalgia at the same time for village life, for things that were passing with the coming of modernity. And this song really captures that. The text evokes a time in the village, right? It's at the edge of the village in the countryside when everything's very quiet and the moon is there, but it's kind of a hazy moon. It's a really specific mode of feeling. And it's, I think, really evoked by the way Hiroshi has blended this song with some of the Irish music influences that he's also been digging into. So it's a really beautiful combination. And I really wanted to highlight on this show Hiroshi because he's been around here for.
In total, it's maybe 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah. So he's been around in the BLUE program for a long time. The Bluegrass band is. But he's graduating with his master's now, and we're really excited.
Anyway, so we're gonna play now. Hazy Moon in Japanese, Oboro Zuki.
That's not the drone we're looking for.
Let's do a stretch.
Okay, all right. one of the most best things about students going away is that sometimes that they come back.
They come back.
And that's the case with Sasan Ahovan. So Sasan was a part of the Mandolin Orchestra back in the days when we were still finding out what it was and what was going on. And there were all these global things that we were doing within the Mandolin Orchestra. And soon it just got too much and it had to have its own spot. So thus was born the global string band out of this ETSU class that I've been doing with the mandolin folks since 2014. So Sasan was a part of that group back then, but now I think he's a part of the global string band. And Sasan is working in ITS now at ETSU again. So he's around on campus. It's great.
So we are doing this song. Are we doing it now?
Yeah.
Okay,
should.
let's do it. All right. It's a Persian song. Anyone knows Rumi, the Persian poet? Yes. Yeah, that's it. There's a song that a lot of people have sung it, but there's a version I like a lot. But I'm gonna read part of the poetry so you know what's going on. So it says, I'm intoxicated and you are mad or insane. Who will bring us home? I told you 100 times to drink a little bit, 2 or 3 cups, not more. Then it says, I see no one sober in the town. Everyone is the worse than the other. Dear one, come to the tavern of ruin and experience the pleasure of the soul. What happiness can there be apart from this conversation with beloved? Like a ship without an anchor, he rocked this way and the other way. So yeah, I'm gonna sing part of that. So. So this one is called I'm Crazy and You're, no, I'm Drunk and You're Insane. Hopefully no one is drunk here.
Not yet.
Not yet. You can get drunk.
Sober?
Yeah.
There you go. You want to go a little higher?
Yeah. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh,
I just need a part that
I'd say
I
that's
usually...
far from perfect, but it might do.
Okay.
مست و تو دیوانه ما را که برد خانه صد بار تو را گفتم کم خورد و سه پیمانه کم خورد و سه پیمانه کم خورد و سه پیمانه در شب یکی کس را بدتر از دیگر شوریده بودی دیوانه در شب یکی کس را هوشیار نمی‌بینم هر یک بدتر از دیگر شوریده بودی دیوانه جانا به خراب تا لذت جان بینی جان را چه خوشی باشد رو کاشانه چون کشتی یه بی لنگر کش می شد دومش می شد در هر نظرش زرش مزمن صد گلشن و کاشانه جان را چه خوشی باشد بی صحبت جانانه بی صحبت جانانه بی صحبت جانانه بی صحبت جانانه من مست و تو دیوانه ما را که برد خانه صد بار تو را گفتم کم کرد و سه پیمانه
Switch?
Yes.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Sasan Ahovan. So, my name is Lee Bidgood. I feel like many of you I know, but maybe some of y'all don't know. So I'm a professor at ETSU, and we have a program there called Bluegrass, Old Time, and Roots Music Studies. And it's awesome, and there are many things about it that don't have really much to do with anything that you're going to see on the stage tonight. So one of the things that I have done in my past that's also a little out of the ordinary is that I've studied bluegrass music in the Czech Republic. And all sorts of fun things, interesting, unexpected things about that. But I bring this perspective of bluegrass, which we think of something that belongs here, right? But it takes place in other different places. So one of the things I've done in my work is to bring music that happens in other places here. Maybe that evens it out somehow. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But recently I've been learning a lot about Mexican regional music, especially from Veracruz, the son jarocho style. So I was able to convince Hiroshi to be working on some of this material, and got some other folks. If y'all could come up here, and Willis as well. It's in the case. So a little shuffle here, folks. So, son jarocho, you might ask. What is that? It's a form of string band music that really captures in its instruments and a lot of the sounds and the rhythms the colonial contact period of the first Europeans in Central and South America. So Veracruz is one of the first places where Spanish explorers established a city. Veracruz was one of the first cities down there. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like a professor of Latin American culture right here. But the jarana, which is one of the main instruments in this music, captures the form of the Baroque guitar during that period of time. But it's crafted out. The headstock, neck, sides, back are all one piece of wood, because the delicately steamed and glued together Baroque instrument from Madrid would not survive in the Veracruz tropical heat and humidity, right? So they effectively uses the technology that one would have made as a native to make a canoe, right? Something that would survive because it's massive, solid. So anyhow, this jarana is a form of Baroque guitar, but it's used in Mexican regional musics. All right, there's more to be said about this, but the son jarocho is a really fascinating thing in its music and the dance that goes along with it, but also in the words. So I'm really appreciative of Matthew Veskins and Isabel Gomez Sobrino, who are my ETSU colleagues, who actually teach Spanish. And so they've bravely...
We're not Mexican.
Eres mi profesor.
Let's see, Willis, could you go to the other side of Isabel so we can see each other really well? Yeah, I think this will work. This will work perfectly. Is that all right? Can you tune in with us?
No, this is struggling.
Maybe it's not liking Tennessee winter and heat.
But this is from Mexico.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
yes.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Never mind.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't say what the song is. This gives us a chance to. This is called Los Arrieros, which is the son jarocho equivalent to Muleskin or Blues. Now we can start.
Ay, pobres de los arrieros, tirados por los caminos, tirados por los caminos. Ay, pobres de los arrieros.
Y sus mujeres allá, con diferente marido. Ay, pobre de los arrieros, tirados por los caminos.
Allá vienen unos para ser arrieros, pero no son mulas, serán camineros. Allá vienen unos para ser errantes, pero no traen mulas, serán caminantes. Yo soy el arriero Toche, que no me conoce usted, que no me conoce usted. Yo soy el arriero Toche.
Yo soy el propio de anoche, no más que me revolqué. Yo soy el arriero Toche, que no me conoce usted.
Allá vienen unos parecen arrieros, pero no traen mulas, eran marineros. Allá vienen unos parecen errantes, pero no traen mulas, eran caminantes. Soy arriero conocido, por eso no traigo pase, por eso no traigo pase. Soy arriero conocido.
Si usted no se va conmigo, será porque no le nace. Soy arriero conocido, por eso no traigo pase.
Allá vienen unos para ser arrieros, pero no traen mulas, serán marineros. Allá vienen unos para ser caminantes, pero no traen mulas, serán caminantes.
Mr. Matthew Isabel. And this is my son Lee Bidgood, Willis Bidgood. So when Julio Coro came to visit, he's the maker of all the instruments I was able to buy through a grant from ETSU, from the RDC folks, an internal grant. So we bought 7 of these instruments, and he was able to come recently and meet with our students. We had a workshop. It was really great. And Carmen, Julio's daughter, was showing Willis how to get the touch on the pandero. So he's the local expert. Balahu. So when we first started doing this exploration of son jarocho and figuring out its resonances with what we do, how it's different, how it might be similar. There's percussive step dancing that goes along with this. Who would have expected that? I know. So there's a lot of things that seem similar and some things are very different. But I'm 902 days into Duolingo Spanish at this point. So I'm working on it. But back then I had no idea. So.
Yeah, you were like, I remember, you were like talking to the maestro, like, you were trying to say outside in Spanish, but go outside.
No, it was not working. So we decided to use some English lyrics and put them with the Spanish verse, with the Spanish tune. So we'll see how that goes. So El Balahu is one of the key sones from this tradition. And it's about going to war, it's about waves and more waves. It's about going on the ocean. So I was thinking, what would work? And Handsome Molly is an Appalachian ballad, and it kind of works. So see how, y'all can see if you can judge for yourself and see if it works. All right, you ready?
Okay.
I wish I was in London or some other seaport town. I'd set my feet on a steamship and sail the ocean round. Sail around the ocean, sail around the sea. See those handsome Molly wherever she may be. Well, don't you remember, Molly, when you gave me your right hand? You said ever you would marry, that I would be the man. And now you broke your promise. Go and marry who you please. Your one heart is picking and while yours is at its ease. Sail around the ocean, sail around the sea. Dream of handsome Molly wherever she may be. So we're also, again, we've got Gravity is working really hard tonight because Diggs DeRusha is back. And also James Edgar. So y'all, come on, they were going to do some stuff. So come up, make your way up here if you're getting ready. And I will say, I have some, y'all notice I ran out of here earlier. I forgot some things at home. I went and got them. I came back. I forgot to put out some papers. I have some papers. I'm going to put them on the bar later. So with information, the global string band so far has been me and Hiroshi. We are eager to expand our ranks, especially since Hiroshi is hoping to leave and get a job somewhere else. So I'm going to be offering the course next semester. And if you're interested, you can contact me. I'll be putting stuff out there at the bar later. And also the ethnomusicology class, which is maybe less exciting, but very interesting. You'd be into it, Barbara. Let's talk. Awesome. And this upcoming semester, we have the opportunity to work with a practical theologian from Durham University in the UK who's interested in bluegrass and spirituality. And so he's going to be working with us on some qualitative research about religion and spirituality and bluegrass related music. He's writing a book on that topic, and we're going to kind of hang out with him. So, y'all, I still can't believe it. Diggs DeRusha, folks. Yay! Edgar. This is a graduate of the MA in Appalachian Studies, and soon to be. Real soon
Saturday.
to be, as in Saturday. All right, y'all have what you need?
Yeah, just a couple more years. I'll start on this side. If I can get this up for you. Been up here in a long time. I worked here for a long time, and I just moved down to Nashville, Tennessee after being in Johnson City for about 12 years, and spent 4 months this summer up in the rural area around Wright, Minnesota, which if you've never heard of that, it's about an hour west of Duluth, Minnesota. Which, if you've never heard of that, that's about 3 hours north of Minneapolis. Duluth's a beautiful place. Hibbing. He's getting his CDL license in Hibbing next year. Anyway, so I was up there living with Diggs and his wife Young, who's back here, and doing some construction, learning how to do some construction and carpentry work and stuff for him. And so I just wanted to thank those guys for having me for a few months, and make sure that we congratulate Diggs and anybody else in the room that's graduating this weekend. Masters, PhD.
The time he spent up there, hence that's why we look like Sven and Oldie now. Lee said to wear a bright shirt, and this was an international event, so I drove up to International Falls and bought a shirt.
Anyway, we just, I figured I couldn't come up for the weekend graduation, so I figured I'd come up and see Diggs for tonight. And when we were up there, we spent a lot of time around his backyard Bargoda. And Flip over here, Flip the dog, and Sweetie the dog over here, and Flop the cat would show up sometimes, and we'd sit out there in the afternoons and drink a couple of Keystone Lights, as it were, and work on some bluegrass songs. And both me and Diggs, kind of like in Lee's tradition, we studied bluegrass music in places that you don't necessarily think about bluegrass music being. So I come from Washington State originally, and wrote a thesis about bluegrass in Washington, and Diggs did his project on some of the ways bluegrass has grown up in Minnesota. So one of the shortcomings, though, is that in the bluegrass canon, there's not enough bluegrass songs about Minnesota. So this one was supposedly by the Stanley Brothers, but we're kind of going to reimagine it as if it was by the Jokemaki Brothers up there in Moose Lake.
We'll imagine it better with a capo. What's this one? That's think of what you've done. Hey.
All right.
need you, like the flowers need the dew. Loving you has been my life. Can't believe we're really through. Is it true? Is it true? Have I lost you? Am I not the only one after all? This pain and sorrow, darling, think of what you've done. I'll go back to Minnesota, where the river meets the sky. In those hills I learned to love you. Let me fish there till I die. Is it true? Is it true? Have I lost you? Am I not the only one after all? This pain and sorrow, darling, think of what you've done. Darling, think of what you've done. All right, we got one more for you, and I can't tell you how many days I went to work on the job site, working for Diggs and his brother Kevin up there, who's also a bluegrass musician. And I couldn't get this song out of my head for about the last month and a half I was up there. This one's already got Minnesota built right in. Little Blue Virginia Blues. Have you ever been to Richmond in November while the cold Virginia rain is pouring down? Friend, I'm here to tell you it's no pleasure if you're all alone in a rich man in this town. Don't get me wrong, I do like East Virginia, and Richmond's full of hospitality, except for one Virginia girl I know of who made a perfect love break out of me. Blue Virginia blues, there ain't no blue like Blue Virginia blues. There ain't no girls in the whole wide world that break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blue like Blue Virginia blues. Called me up in Cromwell, Minnesota. Said I need you here in Richmond right away. Take the bus, I'll meet you at the station, and bring some clothes, I might want you to stay. My bus pulled in the station late this evening. There ain't a soul around this place but me. She must have changed her mind, or she's forgotten that her name ain't in the phone directory. Blue Virginia blues, there ain't no blue like Blue Virginia blues. There's no girls in the whole wide world that break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blue like Blue Virginia blues. wish I had the money for a taxi and a warm and cozy place to lie me down, instead of standing all alone in Richmond while the cold Virginia rain is falling down. Blue, Virginia blue, there ain't no blue like blue Virginia blues. There's no girls in the whole wide world that break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blue like blue Virginia blues. Blue, Virginia blues. There ain't no blue like blue Virginia blues. There's no girls in the whole wide world that break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blue like blue Virginia blues.
All right, thanks, James and Diggs. All right, so we're gonna have to take a few minutes to get the stage set. So take a break if you need to. Hopefully, we can do this in about 5 minutes. The Mandolin Orchestra is gonna reappear. So, folks, come up on the stage, bring your chair. We'll get the stands back up.
I got another stand for you.
We'll see.
Jim is there. All right, Jim, sorry, let me get my... Oh, actually, I need to do one more thing. Oh, no, I don't. right, folks. Anything else? Let's play. One, two. That's the first time we've ever played that together. For real.
6 years.
Well, so this is a newly formed group that we did not rehearse this semester. But the reason we had to get together was because we have this recording that we made in 2017. And who's on the recording? Delaney, Diggs, Clinton, and Jim. So those are folks who were back in the group back then. And there was a pandemic. Other stuff happened. It took us a while, but I finally got it together and we have it. And it's so perfect that we could celebrate Diggs graduating and the fact that this record came out. So, oh, you're graduating with her doctorate? With her doctorate? It's been a while.
Only second year.
It's been a while, but congratulations. I was trying to reach out to people who had been in the group. And Jim, I talk to Jim more often, but Delaney got back to me. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Awesome, congrats.
Thanks.
All right, well, we're going to move on from the hometown band to another one that's featured on the record, the Doc Roberts medley. So this is a group of 2 tunes from a guy who was known as Fiddlin' Doc Roberts, but he also recorded a couple tunes on the mandolin. So we play stuff that's written for the mandolin orchestra, like what we just played, but then we also do stuff that just focuses on the mandolin as its own kind of string band, like this one. Notice. But you need the notice. Notice.
Oh, yeah, where's the...
Okay, folks, this is another one from the Mandolin Orchestra album, and it was arranged by another alum of the program, Wes Carr, who graduated, goodness, a while back. He won the Winfield Mandolin Championship at some point after he left. He was really dedicated, awesome musician, and really hard worker. And over the years with the Mandolin Orchestra, I would assign students to work up a piece, to make an arrangement of it, to notate it, to transcribe it, to somehow work it out so that we could perform it with the group. And Wes did that with this piece, which comes from the choro tradition in Brazil, and he did a great job on it. And then, oh goodness, on the album though, Wes was gone by the time we made the record, and it was a geosciences major who played it. Darn it. Isaac Shockley.
Yeah.
Right. Isaac did a great job. He does a rockin' job on the solo. He really does a great job of getting some of the feel of Jacob del Bandolin, who's the virtuoso who wrote this tune back in the day. So on the record, it's really exciting. It's a lot more exciting than what I'm going to do right now. So we'll do our best. All right. Ready? All right. 2, 3, 4. right, so during 2020, we were not able to meet together, and it was hard to get people to do outside of the box things. So I thought of a way that we could do mandolin orchestra remotely. And we got 4 people together. It was a very tight and focused mandolin orchestra. And we made some videos that are on YouTube. You can find them. It's building a tango. So we recorded 2 tango pieces in quartet arrangements. And Clinton was on that. And Lonnie, who's, yeah, right, I was gonna get you. And Connor, and myself, and then Lonnie Finley, who's not able to join us today on the stage, but he's with us in spirit.
Rotator cuff surgery.
Yes, he's recovering, hopefully in the future. And Lonnie was also a part of, during that same period of time, recording a memorial piece for Colleen Trinwith, who was playing bass on that. It was awesome. That was a really beautiful thing that came out of that difficult time as well. So these 2 tangos, the first is called Me llamo Juan, te quiero, and we're going to play it right now. Wow, it's hard to see up here, isn't it?
I need more lights.
I need more eyes. All right, All right, I think it works. Let's try it. I'm so excited because someone came to ETSU with an already existing and flourishing interest in the mandolin orchestra. And that's Preston Alexander, who came to us from near Denver, Colorado, joining us on mandolin. So he's excited to be here, and I'm so excited that he's here. So we've been working this semester, and we worked and did a concert with Clinton earlier in the month, and so I'm just so excited. So mandolin orchestra is surging ahead. Tripling. It's great. Por una cabeza.
For a head.
2, 1. So, when we recorded the album, there was a certain member of the ensemble, the orchestra, who was really intent on doing the Vivaldi Mandolin Concerto. And I thought, oh my gosh, how's that gonna go? But he did great. Diggs was the soloist on the first movement. We recorded it. But Delaney did one of the movements, and Isaac did another one, I think.
I had nightmares about that song.
So Delaney had been playing the mandolin for a year before she joined our group. And then within that time, then she was playing a solo part with the Vivaldi Mandolin Concerto. She's awesome, just let me tell you that right now. All right. But instead of that, we're going to go with something. That's why you all are going to walk away. If you could take one per household, that'd be awesome. But there are CDs up at the bar. We wanted to share this with the world and share it with the people who are most interested. If someone would come out to the Down Home on the Thursday night in December, you're interested enough. So I want you to have a CD. So grab one on your way out, and you can hear Diggs rocking it out on this. But we're going to play the slow movement from the Winter, from the Four Seasons, which Clinton plays the solo beautifully on. But I need to find my piece. Folks, we're nearing the end. Only is going to get better from here.
If possible.
Look out, folks. So, we also included some newly composed. So that's old, right? Oh, super old. Like hundreds of years old, right? So we also included some newly composed material on the album. I worked with Adam Tanner, who taught for a while on mandolin and old-time fiddle and other stuff at ETSU in our program. And he's a fabulous musician who lives down kind of between here and Asheville. So he and I worked on a record of material that he composed, and it was all from mandolin family instruments. I threw in a little viola, some other stuff in there too. But it was a really cool project. It's called State of Grace. You should look for it. It's really, really fun, interesting music that, like what we do, it kind of explores the mixtures between the back porch and the parlor. So this is a piece he composed. It's called Black Cohosh, which is named after a native plant.
Lee, refresh refresh my memory on the form, please?
I think we might just do it one time through.
Everybody? Okay,
Yeah.
because we had part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the simpler version.
All right, just 1 down 3.
Yeah. Yeah, because it goes all the way through, and then we'll do back to the beginning and end after we play the first part.
Oh, A, B, C, A.
Right, exactly.
What I need to know.
We got this, Jim.
We got this, yeah.
We got it. Don't you know?
Two more, folks. This, the brass band Ruchenitsa, or the Svatbarska Ruchenitska, is a dance from Bulgaria. If you want to count along, it's in 7/8, which has always posed some, you know, obstacles to all sorts of things. But it's been really fun to do with the group over the years. And you see how, even with the Mandolin Orchestra, before there was a global string band, we've been exploring different ways of doing string band music.
Baby boomer friendly? Not.
I'm getting there.
No winger.
Oh, I got it. Take mine. Take mine, please.
I cannot find it.
Let me see if I have another one. Oh, yeah.
You the man.
No, no problem. Okay. Count it. I have to recognize Nate Olson, my colleague in the program. Always a pleasure. And he joined us last year with the group, and we had a great time playing some Caribbean material and some other stuff that he joined in on. So grateful for his joining in as well. Barbara, you were also with us this past year.
I was with you in the spring last year, yeah.
So Barbara Bell was also joined us all the way from Kingsport.
Yep.
And Jeff Elkins.
Lee Bidgood.
He came all the way back from living overseas just for this performance.
Just for this.
He moved all the way back. Jeff Elkins on bass. Another person who went away and then has come back. Yes, I'm so happy. And you were at an earlier version of this group as well, like way back.
Way back, yes.
Like 2014 back.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Like Clinton.
Exactly.
Yes. Awesome. All right, well, we're going to play our last piece for y'all tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, yes, sir.
Can you tell some of us about what the instruments?
That's the mandolin. That's a great point. Raise your instrument. Sure. Thank you. This is good. Raise your instrument if you're playing a mandolin. So as you see, there are a lot of different kinds of mandolins. Some of them have apertures of various sizes and shapes. Some shaped like Fs. Some with ovals. Barbara and I have the awesomest hands. And some have the scrolls, and some are symmetrical.
Are there any woman mandolins?
That's an excellent point, and that's a line of reasoning that might need to be carried out. Raise your instrument if you're playing a mandola. So if you're familiar with the violin family, you might know that it has some larger relatives, like the viola, right? So this is the mandola. It's as if you kind of shifted the strings on the mandolin down a set. So you got one set lower. So it's that baritone voice. Raise your instrument if you're playing a mandocello, right? So we've got a couple of those. What a richness! 2 mandocellos in a group. It's amazing. So Jim and Preston both have cellos going on here. There is a mando bass, but I think good taste is epitomized by those who choose not to employ the mando bass.
They're really quiet.
They're really quiet.
Just now.
I think we'd lose Jeff if we went that direction. So. Okay, second question. Yes?
Octave mandolin completely different from any of these, or is it the same as one of those?
It's, well, you know, some people call that the mandola. In Europe, that's the mandola, is what we call in the States an octave mandolin. So it's used in different places. There's also the liuto, that was used a lot in the 19th century, especially in Italian circolo ensembles. Sometimes guitars are a part of a mandolin quartet. So there are different forms of fretted instruments that are included.
Would a bouzouki be like a mandocello, or like a mando octave?
It's in the octave mandolin, kind of in that family. Yeah, that's the thing. People get to tinkering with these things, and they start coming up with all different versions for all different purposes. And yeah,
Standard tuning on all of these?
well, to their forms. So
to their
CGDA, CGDA, and octave down. Yeah, like the mandolin, violin. Well, the viola, I can't speak anymore. I'm sorry. But thank you. These are excellent questions. Anything else we didn't clear up? Okay. If anyone wants to waltz, find a clear space and get to it, because this is your chance to waltz for about 7.5 minutes. This is one of the most famous tunes in Western sort of circum-Atlantic culture of the past century. And I think once you hear it, you'll recognize it. Folks, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you all for coming to the Mandolin Orchestra reunion. And again, thank you so much to Ed for having us. Thank you to the program for supporting this program for almost a decade. Dan Boner has always been an enthusiastic supporter, and also played a key role with Ben Bateson in making the recording. So really grateful for his photography and also his support over the years. Anything else that needs to be mentioned, folks?
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
When's your next concert?
Stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be one with the Global String Band next semester. We'll be doing some after-school programs at the Langston Center. That's our main goal with that group. But we will be performing here and maybe some other places around town. So stay tuned to the BLU program website, Bluegrass, Old Time, and Roots Music, and the info will be up there. Hopefully other places. All right, thanks,
One
folks.
more question. Straight through as written.
Yes, no repeats.
No repeats.
Nunca. Yes. Follow their example, folks. It's good waltzing weather.
The last song we finally bloomed.
Why mess up a good thing? All right, give a good one.